Hello, Tar Heel Nation. Welcome back to the July podcast. Got a quick little podcast with just a few updates and news relating to UNC hoops. Before we jump in, I wanted to update those that have been kind of following my journey along. We finally have a court date to adopt our first daughter tomorrow. Actually, I'm recording this Monday, July 9th, July 10th. Tomorrow she will be adopted, finally ours, and we can be done with that and then start the process with the second one that we're adopting. So thank you for everybody that's kind of sent well wishes and sent up prayers and messages to me, and congratulations, all that stuff. I appreciate it. Love you guys, but just wanted to update those that have kind of been following that. Jumping into UNC hoops related news for the past month. Joel and Theo, well, NBA draft happened. Joel and Theo did not get drafted. Theo signed a two-way contract with the Nets, so he's kind of set. Joel signed a free agent contract with the Lakers, but that really doesn't guarantee anything. He's on the roster for the Summer League, has not played yet with an ankle injury. So hopefully he can kind of show himself in I don't know if he'll get in any summer games here yet, but in training camp, stuff like that. And then we also have other guys playing Summer League. Tony Bradley's doing well for the Jazz. Let's see here. And, of course, now the baby wakes up as a podcast, but hopefully you can't hear that too much. Let's see. We got Tony Bradley playing for the Jazz. We got, let's see, I know Kennedy is somewhere. Isaiah's with the Knicks. Isaiah Hicks is with the Knicks. He's put up some decent numbers. I know he got hurt a little bit too. JP Tokido is on the Warriors. I think he may have played with somebody else in another Summer League tournament before this Las Vegas one. Let's see. I have not seen Marcus Page. Bryce Johnson was with the Hornets and they let him go, and I haven't seen him with anybody else. That's about all I can think of. You can let me know if I missed anybody there. So kind of Summer League stuff going on. Oh, yeah, Justin Jackson is playing well for the Kings, shooting the ball really well from three. So hopefully he gets a little more PT this time or this year. Let's see. I think that's it as far as NBA stuff goes. Our freshmen have summer camps are done. Roy Williams camp, all that stuff is done, and the freshmen have reported to Chapel Hill. They've also picked their jersey numbers for next year. We have Leaky Black will be number one, taking that over from Theo Pinson. He's been number one, I guess, his entire career. And then we have Nasir Little is taking over number 5. We know the tradition behind number 5 and all that goes into that. Usually, again, it's been point guard. Tony Bradley had it for 1 year as a big guy. Now to be kind of the wing playmaker with Nasir Little. So hopefully he will live up to that, of course. And then we have Coby White will be wearing number 2. So we got 1, 2, and 5 for our freshmen. Taking over for Joel Berry, so some big shoes to fill there. Obviously, going back to Raymond Felton as well. I think it said that Coby, he always wore 0. Couldn't do that because 7th has 0 right now. And then he would have gone to 1, and he kind of gave it. I don't know who got to pick first, but he said Leaky Black's always been number 1, and so he's just picked the next lowest number, which would be number 2. So we also have the Joel Theo 1, 2. Coming back with Coby and Leaky now being number 1 and 2, and I don't know if they'll all both stay around 4 years or anything like that, but hopefully they can have similar careers, success in the North Carolina jersey that those guys do. Also, Coby White, we talked about last time he was playing on the U17, I think it was, USA team. They won gold. They won pretty easily. Coby White put up some big numbers. He was scoring, I don't know what he averaged, had to be close to 20 or over 20 even, shooting well. He was named to the all-tournament team. And yeah, success there. I think, but that's wrapped up. Everybody's in Chapel Hill now. They've done conditioning. I don't know. They get practices throughout the summer. I don't know what the schedule is. I also have not seen any highlights from camp, the current team against the former team, the alums. I've not seen any videos or highlights, which usually comes out. So if anybody knows where that's at, you can definitely let me know, and I would definitely like to see that. I did hear that the alumni guys won. There was some I guess Luke had said that he had not lost in his previous couple of years or something. And so, yeah, it'd been a couple of years, and he said Eric Hoots had been recruiting some alumni guys. Of course, we always get a lot of guys back there, but some of the fresher guys with fresher legs and more in shape and all that stuff, and they took down the current guys. But yeah, I haven't seen any video. I'd love to see some video of that. And really, guys, that kind of wraps up the news from this week. I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm going to try to do the recruiting podcast for August, so that'll definitely be a much longer one. But if you have questions about recruiting, comments, anything like that, I haven't lined up who I'm going to get yet. It's been Ross Martin in the past from now Carolina, inside Carolina. So we'll see if we can do that. But otherwise, Blake from Keeping It Heel is always on top of that stuff. We'll see if we can work out something with him. But yeah, send in your questions, comments about recruiting, stuff you want to make sure gets asked of them. And yeah, that's really all I got here. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me through the off season. Hopefully, and they won't all be all this short. Of course, the off season doesn't have as much news, but also I got to squeeze these in with nap time and getting everything done around the house with all these crazy kids I got running around here. But appreciate the support, guys. Thanks for supporting, for listening, sharing, leaving feedback. I appreciate all the feedback. If you want to get a hold of me and you're not in touch with me already, Twitter, Instagram, email, Snapchat, all that stuff will be in the description of wherever you're listening to this. Hit me up. Let's talk Tar Heel basketball, college basketball, whatever. Love to hear from you guys. So that is all I got here. Before I jump off, there was a question. Coach Mike Brown Jr. on YouTube, as I'm streaming this live, said, what happened to Felton? We didn't get a whole lot of news about Felton. Left school, and I'm assuming the university, once he left, kind of stopped the investigation because, unless there's something legally they could do to turn over to the police, there's not really any reason for them to investigate because they're not going to punish him if he's not in school. So never heard anything. I know I've been very curious. I haven't tried to ask anybody, but I have thought about I should look into that. But I just don't think anybody's really going to speak on it much. They're just going to leave it in the past, which is, that's good. Keeps his, privacy. It's what everybody wants, is their own privacy and not to have their news blasted all over. But also curiosity gets the best of us sometimes. And of course, I'd like to know what happened and what that whole thing was. Obviously, we lose a really talented player in him leaving, and through a kink in our point guard situation, and especially going forward, we just stay younger that way. Obviously, he would have been in line this year to take over with 7th, but it is what it is. I don't think we're ever going to find out really unless he tells us what happened there. I don't think the university is ever going to divulge anything. So I haven't heard that he signed with anybody either. Obviously, school year coming up here, he could have been in the draft. I guess he was 1 year removed. But just not enough film and playing time and stuff there to get. It probably wouldn't have been drafted. I guess he could work out and show teams individually, and like that way, pro day kind of thing. Could do it next year. But yeah, I haven't heard that he signed with anybody. Of course, South Carolina was in the running to get him initially. You would suspect, Frank Martin would look into it and maybe take him, but again, you don't know what the university is going to tell the other universities, and then you don't know if the university wants to take that risk. So, it'll be interesting, I guess, to see if he signs with somebody yet. I don't think he'd be able to play this year. He'd have to sit out this year. So, and I don't know. Maybe go play overseas, go to the G League and play until next draft. I don't know. It'll be interesting, but it is something I will keep an ear out for and update you guys if I do hear anything. But that's all I got for you guys this week. I know it's super short, but thanks for supporting, and I will see you guys in August with the recruiting podcast. Until next time, go Heels.